Hello, my name is Edward Reid. You're on my page. This here is Miriam Pinkerton. Miriam is a life coach, or as she likes to call it, a mind stylist, which I think is fabulous. And I'm just going to chat to Miriam about the work that she does. So, Miriam, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, if you're wanting to know what I do,
Yeah.
is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
It really is to help people get rid of their old story.
Yeah.
Because what happens in life is we're born as a baby. We've got fabulous ways of thinking. We think just we want our dinner, we love ourselves, we love our people, we love people around us. We don't have any inhibitions whatsoever. And then what happens is we start to have a story. And that story can limit us. It can be things that well-meaning people have said to us, but we've started to buy into.
Mm-hmm.
And that really stops us being who we can be. It limits us from being fabulous, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what we have to do is we have to get rid of that old story, because it's not really us. When we are really being at our very best, we don't have limitations. We don't have fear. We don't judge other people. And we actually feel very happy.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to get rid of that old story, and that is what I do. I help people go in and literally get rid of their baggage, as it were, that they've been carrying around. You can feel it in your shoulders, you can feel it in the way you just live your life. You just feel as if there's this weight. And people, when they come to see me, what they say is, I feel lighter. Is that how you experienced it?
I have totally. Did feel like I felt as if I was wearing a big wet duffel coat, and I left it in your hallway. And I left
It's a lot of them in there.
So I remember coming in not really knowing what to expect, but I'd met you before, so I was enjoying the things that you had to say, and the things you said resonated with me in some level or somewhere in my body, that I thought, this woman, I need to hear more from this woman. So when I came to you, I was hoping for amazing stuff, but I got much more. And it was funny because I remember you helped me with some issues that I had with money, which was a big thing for me. And then the second time I come back, you helped me with other things, and one of them was about being creative. And I had this block, and I think that's a word you use. That
A block is just something, again, that we've picked up that's limiting us from who we really are.
Uh-huh.
So when we unblock ourselves, we literally blossom and grow.
Because I had a block about creativity, because I thought, I can't write songs. My love is fits me like a glove kind of thing. That's what I'd come up with. But when I was with you, I think when I just got a wee bit still, and instead of just panicking, and that's what I learned from you, instead of just believing all the thoughts, all the negative thoughts that were coming to my head, and realising they were just thoughts, and being still a wee minute, and then, I think when you get to be still, you can and live in the present, as you say.
Be in the moment,
Yeah.
be in the present, because that's where all your power is.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in fear, or you're feeling blocked, you're either living in the past or you're living in the future. So when you bring yourself right into the moment, there is no fear, there's no blockages. And the other thing that we do is watch our focus, because very often if we're not feeling our best, it's our mind movie that we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
But who's got our remote control?
That's right.
So we can change that. So the mind movie really is your focus. What's your focus on? And basically, once you go in and you get rid of that old person that didn't serve you any longer, and you bring in and you're focused on the person that does, and the movie that you like to see, and the life that you like to see, your life starts to change. And it changes fast.
It does. You said something, and I thought it was very about living in the present. So that's all very well in saying that, but say someone has a big issue that say that they've just been dumped, right? They've just been dumped. How can you say live in the present when they're feeling that pain, and the pain is present? What would you say to them there?
Well, what I would say to you is that this philosophy that I teach people is like a muscle. It's like going to the gym. It gets easier the more we do it,
Right, okay.
and you get more developed the more you do it. So you then realise that any time you're in pain, or any time that you're feeling a struggle, or any time that you're not in love with yourself or in love with life, It's actually what your focus is on. And you then start to realise that you've actually got more power than you ever realised, because you can tap into that power, and that flips the switch. It changes you. And then you realise that all these false feelings of struggle, lack of belief in yourself, judgment, fear, in actual fact, they're false. So you change that movie and you realise that that's just something that you've picked up, that you felt that you had to be. So again, through working at it like a muscle, and what I would say to anybody is, how do you start your day? Because how you start your day will determine the rest of your day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're having a day and you're waking up saying, I've been dumped, I feel awful, I'm fat, I'm ugly, all the things that you say to yourself, you're buying into that story. Yeah. And you will have every evidence of that story being true that day. But if you change that, flip the switch, change the movie, and wake up and say, okay, this has happened, it is what it is, let's see how I can make it the best day I can with what I have. Mm-hmm. So you're still using what you've got, but you're making the best of it.
Okay, great. I think, that's. I feel, I know that now that I've been to you, and I know how easy it is. But I think, yeah, it's great as a tool.
Things that were a struggle before become easier.
Yeah. Things
where you felt heavy and you didn't want the day to start, and it's another day. Suddenly that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I'm getting back to me. The feedback I'm getting constantly now is, it really is helping people to improve their life. And when you start your day with that feeling of feeling good, life gives you that feeling good feeling throughout the day. And the more you take a note of it, which is what I teach people, to take a note of what's happening and what's going on, so they change their way of thinking from where they were to where they are now, things start to change in their life. Mm-hmm. Because you really are just a magnet, and you will get what you're giving out.
Right.
So if you're coming from a negative, you're going to get a negative. Mm-hmm. You're going to meet negative people. Mm-hmm. Things are starting to go wrong for you because you've come from that very low vibration, as it were, very low energy. When you're coming from a positive, things start to show that.
So my theory on that is that, so say I get out of bed and I go, that's it, I'm determined today it's going to be a good day, and I walk out the street, or I get in my car and somebody pumps their horn at me and makes a gesture, or I get to where I'm going to go and someone draws me a dirty look, that those things can chip away at you. So I'm thinking, if I'm saying to myself, I'm going to have a good day, I'm not really actually feeling that I'm going to have a good day, because if I'm allowing those things to get me down, then I've not really taught myself up enough before I went out the house. Does that make sense?
Well, of course, because what we want to realise is this isn't just something that we can just brush over and say, well, nothing bothers me, it's not. We have to live in the real world, and we have to deal with everyday experiences. So what we do is we realise that they're obviously not having a good day. It's got nothing to do with you. You have absolutely no control over them, but you do have control over you.
Right. Oh, that's
and
good.
You can literally just say, okay, flick the switch. You've had a bad day. I could take this personally. The more you do this stuff, the more you realise that you have power. You can say, that might be true for them, it's not true for me.
Right.
This is how I start my day. And okay, it is what it is. That did happen, but let's move on and instantly go back into it again. Like I said, it's like a muscle, and the muscle has a memory. The more you build it up, so we want to build up that muscle, that emotional muscle.
Good. That's amazing. Oh, I've totally lost. I had questions and I've totally lost them because you've thrown me with your genius. I was going to ask you about. I was going to say, how do you get happy? But I think you've just answered it there.
Stay in the moment. Don't look for things to make you happy. Although things are lovely, and we all like nice things. We love nice shoes and nice bags, and we like going shopping. If you're happy for a reason, and the reason being the house, the car, the woman, the guy, whatever, then that reason can go. If you're happy for no reason, then you've really got it. And that means that you have to find happiness in every day, in little things. And by happiness in the little things, I mean sitting down in the moment, enjoying the coffee, enjoying the smell of it. It's really mindfulness.
Yeah.
You're being aware of what's happening. You're being aware of the sensations that are happening. We're also detached from ourselves because we have mobile phones and TVs and computers, and all sorts of things going on. But when we actually stay in the moment and feel what's going on around us, we start to actually raise our happiness.
Yes.
And that is really important. So stay in the moment, be aware of what's going on, and have fun every day. Have something that makes you laugh. Because again, that changes your day. A day without laughter is wasted. So you've got to have laughter, you've got to have fun, you've got to have love in your life. You've got to really look for the positives. And believe me, they start to multiply once you do. And that's what brings happiness.
So basically, look at the simple things in life.
Simple
Seek out the simple things in life that you have readily available to you.
Yes.
That give
This
you
doesn't cost money.
No. Things that are easily available to you and that float your boat.
That ding your dong, as I say. If it doesn't ding your dong, there's something wrong. You've got to have that feeling of, yes, I love it. And you've got to be aware and acknowledge what makes you tick. So often we sit and we watch a TV programme and we say, this is awful, I don't like it. But we still watch it. It doesn't. You don't feel good. Put it off. It's not making you feel good.
No.
Or perhaps you're reading the newspaper and you're thinking, oh, on every page you turn, stop. Does that make you feel good? Because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Because the better you feel, the better it gets. So be aware of how you feel. So
being still, living in the moment, finding joy in the simple things, and I think the big thing that you've just spoke of there is checking in on yourself.
Checking in yourself. How do I feel?
You're experiencing something that isn't right.
If it's not pleasant,
don't just go along with it because everybody else is, or because you feel as if it's the thing to do.
Absolutely.
Check in with yourself. Is this me? Is this the right thing for me? And then having the confidence to say, no, I don't want to take part in this, or no, I don't want to watch this violent film because I used to love. I love drama. I was brought up in Dynasty in Dallas, and I love the bitch slaps and the throwing the first down the flight of stairs and the throwing the drink round the face, and I loved all that. But now when I watch it, it doesn't give me the same, because I used to love drama, and I think I wanted drama, so I think I did seek it a wee bit. In my past, I did seek a lot of drama.
It can be addictive. My
relationships with friends were dramatic, and we'd have big fights, and I mean, we wouldn't throw first down the flight of stairs, but I kind of wanted to. That was my. So now, when I go back to try to watch something like that, I'm watching it and I'm going, that's not really, because my new thing is the Real Housewives of Anywhere. So when I watch them, and I just feel sometimes, girls, don't argue, like, talk it out, because it's, just
they need you as a coach.
I think, but you just think, it's just, and it's all fear based. It's the argument that one person is being negative because they think the other person is being negative, so they're going to get on top of them before they get on top of them. And in the past, I used to love that. I used to go on, get in there, don't let anybody treat you like that. But now I'm kind of like, just chill out, girls, and talk to each other. And
again, if you think of it, the more you give out that negative, the more you give out the defensiveness that you're putting out, the more you get. Because you're a magnet. Your body's just a magnet. The energy you're giving out is what you get back. So if you're arguing with something, it's going to keep going.
Yeah, of course.
And if that is how you want to live your life, you're going to be a very unhappy person.
That's true. That's true. Oh, well, that's amazing. I think that's all we'll do for tonight. Brilliant. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're very
welcome. Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, yes.
I really enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll have some more videos up here on the YouTube. And on Facebook, etc., etc. If you have any questions for Miriam, ask down below as well, and I look forward to hearing everybody's feedback. Thank you very much, and have a fabulous day. Set your intentions for fabulous, and make sure they stay like that.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.